Hello to all watching this. I'm actually recording this video on Facebook Live, but I'm also going to put it on YouTube as well. That's what I do. I'm making this video because I've been, on this weight loss journey since January 2017, and I've never, I keep moving around. I need to stop. I never told my story, just about how I went up and down in weight. So I'm going to skip some stuff. What's up, Charles? First, I'm going to start, how I got into even weightlifting. As a young teen kid, I used to run around all over the place. I'm from South Bend, Indiana, represent what. And I didn't even get my driver's license until I was 19. So I was like a lot of us was as kids back in the day. I ran around. I played sports, kickball, sandlot football, basketball. I was at any and every part that I can go to. I ran. But also, I did some sports. I did a little bit of track, a little bit of football, blah, blah, blah. That's neither here nor there. But then this is the problem. I started to eat. As a young kid, I ate whatever I could, whenever I could. My mama would come home. I would eat a half a loaf of bread. I would tear up cereal. My mom said, and she's in the group, Lena Harley. I have to tag her on this. But she said she didn't know what cereal would taste like because I would eat cereal with a medium-sized cereal bowl. I would eat 3-4 sandwiches at a time. I would drink sugar water, sugar milk. I ate horribly, but I was always active. Well, everything came to a halt when I was 17 years old. At 17, I got my first, I had 2 jobs. At 17, I had a job where I was a cook at a pizza place. And then also I had a job at 7-Eleven, which if you don't know, 7-Eleven is kind of like Quick Trip or Racetrack here in the South. So my diet consisted of hot dogs. I would eat leftover hot dogs. I would eat nachos. I would eat, drunk all the soda I wanted to. I just ate and ate and ate. Then at the pizza place, I would eat free pizza. I would eat pasta. So long story short, in the summertime, I gained like 30 pounds of pure fat. I think I went from 185 to 205, if I remember correctly. So I went into senior year like, I wasn't fat, but I was big, man. I was, when you like 185 freshman, junior, and senior year, and then freshman, sophomore, and junior year, and you walk in senior year at 305, that's 205, that's a problem. So what's that, 205? I say 205. So I was like 205 to 215 after I graduated, but that was muscle. So this is what happened. Realizing that I was fat, I changed my workout schedule. I said, let me take weight training. We had weight training at our school. Now, when I was a sophomore and freshman and played sports, I had free access to that when I was running track or did football. Well, didn't have that when I didn't play sports. So I went into weight training, and this little sucker chump, I'll just be real, this little cocky sophomore when I was a senior said, "You'll never be stronger than me." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "I'm going to be the strongest dude in this class." And at the end of the year, I actually bench pressed 300 pounds. At the last day of my senior year, I grinded. I ain't going to lie. I was taking creatine, androstenedione, anything that was legal to buy from GNC, I was taking because I wanted to be fit. Fast forward to 23. I get married at 22 years old, right? In about 23, 24, I'll just say off and on, I had a gym membership, didn't have a gym membership. I had all these jobs. I started to have kids. And y'all know how it go. Anybody watching it, you know how it go. You gain 5 pounds. You gain 10 pounds. You gain a little 15 pounds. I'm only 15 pounds overweight. So then you start working out. Or you don't start working out. I always said this. I know how to work out. I actually used to be a personal trainer. I gained the weight. I know how to lose it. It's not a problem. Well, last year, it turned into a problem. I was at work, and no lie, I stepped on the scale, 305 pounds. So let's go back. 17 years old, 205. 36 years old, 305. So that's 100 pounds gained since graduating from high school, 90 to 100 pounds. And it was pure fat. Don't let anybody fool you. Some people will be like, "Oh, boy, you had some muscle tone and you hung up to it." No, it was pure freaking fat. Like I said, though, off and on, I had gym memberships. So I would be in the gym, be out of the gym, or whatever. So I maintained the strength. But when I hit 305, I said, I got to change. And this is when the story gets fun and interesting. So this time around in January, after going up and down, up and down, up and down in weight, and finally 305 pounds. And let me tell y'all, I got a history of high blood pressure, high cholesterol. A lot of people in my family got diabetes. I was playing with death. And in January, I felt like I was going to die. I literally felt like I was going to die. So I said, I'm on Facebook all the time. I'm on Instagram all the time. I'm on YouTube all the time. And I'm a Christian, so I spoke to the Lord, and he said, record your journey. Record your process. This needs to be where you never go back, because if you go backwards, you will die. Period. You will die. Some people can be 100, 200, 300 pounds overweight, and of course that's not good. This brother came. With the history of high blood pressure in my family, high cholesterol, diabetes, I couldn't play around with death. So this is what I did, and I'll show y'all. And I'm not going to go into everything, but behind me is the dungeon, and I got the dungeon neat now. And if you've seen any of my YouTube videos, it has not looked this neat. So let me show you what I started with. I got this Gym Flex Transformer, which is like an as seen on TV thing. You open it up, you got different bars, and you hook it up to you can work your chest, stomach. Well, let me just show y'all this, if you can see this. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so let's turn around, boom. So you got this chart of 20 different exercises you can do. Well, I did like 5, but I did it. Also, I got my weights, and I got all of these, but I started out with 10-pound dumbbells. I got an elliptical machine I hardly use, treadmill, hardly use, exercise bike, that's for you, Tim Harvey, hardly use. That's about all I had. But I said, I got to do this. So I got music. I got my webcam. Sometimes it was my laptop. Sometimes it was my cell phone. And I said, I got to do this, man. I got to do this. I cannot be fat anymore. And I'm going to walk around because I'm going to show y'all something. So I said in January, I changed my weightlifting. And then I'll work on the diet later. Because I failed so many times. I said, if I go in and I try to just work out and change my diet, it ain't gonna happen. But I got to do something. So I was working out consistently, and I'm about to wrap this thing up. January to March, I worked out consistently. Now today is March 25th. Now March 24th of last year, I've been posting about it if you haven't seen it, but the craziest thing happened. I get a phone call, and my wife's freaking out because a jet plane has crashed next to my house. Now I'm going to show y'all something real quick, and I can't go too far because I got the Wi-Fi connection. But if you can see, where am I at? Let's see. Let's just do it this way. Behind me is a big, beautiful, nice new house. A nice manicured yard, and it's for sale. Now, that house has not always been there. My neighbor used to live next door. And what happened on March 24th of last year, a jet plane crashed into my neighbor's, clipped my neighbor's house, crashed into my neighbor's yard, blew up, set my neighbor's house on fire, and then soaked the ground with jet fuel. So, yeah. And just for the record, because I looked it up, because it was a really freaky experience, 122 houses get hit by airplanes every year. That's a freaky stat, by the way. But, man, my family was home when that hit. Freaked me out. Freaked my wife out. Okay, well, that happened. So, of course, a lot of people, not just be honest, some people are insensitive. But they say, oh, it didn't hurt your house, you should be fine. Well, here's the problem with that. Jet plane crashes, sets on fire. So what affected us? The jet fuel and the smoke. So the jet fuel and the smoke made all this fire, all this smoke, went up in the air, went down into our AC unit, got in our clothes, rugs, walls, everything. So we had to stay in the house. The fire department would not let us leave. And I'm saying all this story to get to the big change, which really helped save my life. It made me sick. Thank you, Jesus. It made me sick. And without going into all the details, because my diet was so crappy, and I went to a specialist. I actually went to Progressive Medical in Georgia, here in Georgia, and it's world renowned. Look it up. It's pretty cool. But what I found out, my diet sucked. Now, you would say, oh, okay. Obviously, you're 305 pounds. No, it sucked. There was a combination of things that was making me bloat. I just had to make a lot of changes. I got allergen tests. I got blood tests. They did a lot of work to see what was going on with me and my wife to make us sick in regards to being exposed to the toxic fumes that we got exposed to. So, and this is, it's so much stuff. But basically, we had to change our diet. We had to. So, for the last year, I'm going to say gluten light. I've been on the gluten light, soy light, dairy light, peanut-free diet. I don't really do peanuts. I do some other things that I meant. That's why I called it light. But basically, I had to change my diet. And I'll tell you the reason why, just so you know. Gluten, it blows you up. It can blow you up. So even sometimes the best wheat, it can blow you up, make you bloated. Soy has a lot of, can cause some can build up estrogen. And that last thing you want is estrogen to build up, because that affects your testosterone that you produce. So I had to get off that for the most part. And I said light because a lot of stuff got soy in it. And you almost literally have to make everything from scratch to avoid soy. Dairy light, I don't drink milk. Sometimes I do eat a little cheese here and there. But I try to stay away from that because the process of making dairy in the United States, it's not the best. That's the best way to put it. So I do like goat cheese, sheep cheese, goat almond milk, things like that. But I don't do dairy. And also peanut free, because the process of doing peanuts and even making peanut butter, they say it's a lot of bacteria in it. So I just trusted them. And here's the end result. To wrap up this story, I'm down down to 230 today, and I'm actually 25.3% body fat. I had to change a lot. A brother is not in this dungeon anymore for just 20 to 30 minutes. I upped my activity level. I upped everything because I want to do this for the rest of my life. So I have a lot of variety in what I do. I walk. I try to jog. I do the cardio machine. I jump rope. I use Beachbody. I lift weights heavy. I lift weights light. I do a lot of things in order to get to where I'm at. So I just spent all this time to tell my story, to encourage anybody that's watching this. Because if this buffet loving, and when I say buffet loving, I ate buffets 3 times a week. Now I'll ask anybody that's watching this video, how many times do you go to buffets? You can respond, you can comment, or whatever. How many times do you go to buffets? Okay? Now imagine all the food that you eat at a buffet. All right? Now imagine doing that 3 times a week for at least 2 years, because that's what I did. And before that, it was at least once a week. This has been going on for about 4 or 5 years. Buffets, Waffle House, McDonald's, about a 2-liter of soda every day. That's what I ate. See, that's my point, Charles. So you hardly go. So imagine somebody going to a buffet 3 times a week. 2 plates minimum, because I got to get my money, right? 2 plate minimum. About 3 cups of soda or 3 cups of sweet tea. Got to get a cup to go. A dessert 1 out of 3 times maybe. So I ate like crap. I lived like crap. I looked like crap. I'm not being mean to myself, because one thing, and I want to tell everybody this is very important. If you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300 pounds, I don't care how much you're overweight. You need to look in that mirror and say, I look good. I love myself. Now, you may not love where you're at, and that's okay. But you have to develop self-love now in order to get to where you want to go. Because if you don't love yourself, I tell you this, and I mean it, once you get to your goal weight, you're not going to love yourself then, because you're always going to see something wrong. So develop that self-esteem now. And for me, it's in Christ, because he told me I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. So I'm going to take it. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. So you're beautifully and wonderfully made. You can do it. And anybody watching this, I'm going to share this to multiple fitness groups. And this is specifically to record to my From Fat to Fat family, to y'all. We can do this. We can do this. 2 key things that I'm going to go in order to reach your results. 1, consistency. Even if you're not eating the best, even if you're not working out the most, get you a program, get you a plan. If you say you're going to lift weights 4 days a week and you're going to not drink soda, do it and don't stop. And when you slip up, that's okay. It's a slip. Don't fall. Keep on doing it. Consistency. Develop a routine. Develop a pattern. Because after about 2-3 months, it's going to be like a habit. It's going to stick with you. It's going to stick with you. It's going to stick with you. So number 1, consistency. Number 2, I'll preach it till the hills come off. I'm going to say 3 things. I'm switching up. 2, weight loss takes time. I need everybody to remember this. Weight loss takes time. We keep looking on TV. Oh, you get this hydro cut, right? You get the hydroxy cut or hydro cut, whatever. You get this product. You do these things, and guess what? You'll lose 20, 30 pounds in a month. I'm telling you, man, don't get caught up into that. Now, I take supplements, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite, and I have no problem with Herbalife, It Works, Beachbody, whatever the things. I have no problem with it. But realize, taking a pill, drinking a shake, taking a supplement, it's not going to work if you don't eat right. So you got to commit to eating right. If you can't do it all, just start off low. I got lost. I talk too much. You got consistency. Get your program. Believe in yourself. Don't quit. And record this journey, man. Like Charles, he pumped me up because every day, you know what I see? You're doing the push-up challenge. You're doing the push-up challenge. You're doing a push-up challenge. You're going to the gym. You just lost 15 pounds. Keep posting that stuff to everybody. Keep posting it. If you're watching this and you are doing something to change your life, to better your situation, keep doing it. I don't care if your mama don't like it, your grandma don't like it, your pastor don't like it, your sister don't like it, your brother don't like it, your boss don't like it. It is your body. It is your world. It is your decision. It's your Facebook page. It's your YouTube page. It's your Instagram. It's your Snapchat, whatever it is. I don't care if they say they get sick of seeing you talk about the gym so much. If you want to, I'll give you some advice to give them. Join me. Just join me. Join me. And if you don't join me, support me. If you don't want to join me, you don't want to support me, I really don't need anything negative coming from you. I know you love me, and I know blah, 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 blah. You can say a million things. One thing for sure, record your journey. And if you are not a social media person like that and you don't want to put all your business on the streets, take pictures, take videos, and save them. Save them so you can look back. Because if you go to my YouTube page, or if you're looking at this from my YouTube page, just scroll down and you will literally see me shrink. January, February, March, April. Because I made the decision I need to see my process. And that has been so helpful. And times when I want to go to the buffet, times when I want to drink the soda, I go back to those videos and I remind myself of where I came from. So that's it. I'm out. I'm about to go to a picnic.